Hello and welcome to another daily market reading. We are on Bitcoin and we have got some stuff to talk about. So, first off, I know I have been saying this for a while and you might get bored of it. Yes, we all know 65,500 is going to be the place where I'm going to be looking for my short. Okay, we've nearly made it. We made it to 64,700. Okay, now this week we have got the Federal Reserve interest rate talks. Now that is obviously not going to be good. We're not going to get what we are hoping for. Therefore, I strongly believe the price is going to get pushed down by that. Okay, that's why I don't think it's really likely that we are going to be pushing up. In fact, I actually think in the 15-minute time frame, we might just be seeing something which is not really nice, not really good, something that we don't really want to see. So before anything, we're going to do a little exercise. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, this is giving me flashbacks to something that we've seen already. Okay, look at how this is a decent move. Okay, this is a strong move. This, in my eyes, is a choppy, slow, sad worm. Okay, this looks like an old man trying to climb a flight of stairs, like struggling and he's pushing. Okay, now why do I say this is giving me flashbacks? Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Does this not look very similar to this? Hold on. Let me do it properly. This on the 1-hourly time frame, obviously very zoomed in my eyes, looks very similar to this. Kind of sideways-ish, sideways up, like a diagonal move. Slowly, an old man climbing the stairs, pushing. Okay, now we all know what happened after we came crashing down, but there's another thing. Let me go on the 1-hourly. And I'm going to show you something with volume. No, it's not a fixed range volume profile. It is just pure volume. We can see something which is not great, which is not actually great. We can see that this push up hasn't been made with a ton of volume. It has actually been with decreasing volume. The volume has been getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as the price has been going up and up and up and up. That's not good. That means that there's not a lot of strength in this move. Okay, in this push down, okay, you saw there was big amount of volume. That was crazy. Okay, this little sideways move, look, hold on, let me delete everything. It's getting a bit messy, it's getting a bit much. This disgusting tiny attempt to move up had absolutely no volume. So what happens when you've got no volume? It means the price is not going to move. There, the price is moving up with what? With decreasing volume. We have one spike every now and then. We have a bit of, yes, but that's not every time. Is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, my point is this is not looking like a very strong move. This is giving me flashbacks from what we had previously that I've just shown you. Okay, so I'm now going to turn on our indicators, get rid of the volume. I'm going to turn on the smart oscillator, the signals and all the blocks, and the smart trend. Okay, you've got access to these. There's a link in the description which takes you to our Telegram, in which you can send a message to our support team and just tell them you want access to these. Okay, and they'll just tell you what you need to do to get access to them. Right, the smart trend is giving me access to multi-time frame fair value gaps. Okay, this was one of the reasons why I was saying 65,500 is going to be an area where I think we could go short, where I think I am going to go short. Now, what happened? We've hit the daily gap. I was waiting for the price to actually push a little bit more up. Okay, we didn't. We hit this fair value gap and we're already starting to get a bit of a rejection. We're going to do something which is zoom in. We're going to zoom in quite a lot, and I'm actually going to hide all of my indicators because I just want to do some naked analysis. So we were making highs, lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, a high which wasn't above the recent high. That's not great news. And then we started pushing down. Okay, you could argue this was the recent low. Okay, fine, we lost it. Or you could say, let's look at this one. Okay, we've come crashing down to this level. I think the key is going to be us zooming in and seeing whether the price of Bitcoin is able to go above these levels. Okay, if Bitcoin is able to go past 64,600, great. That means that the price of Bitcoin can potentially push up to our ideal price target, and then I'm gonna go short. If not, okay, if the price of Bitcoin makes it up to around there, okay, which if I'm not wrong, that's going to be a golden pocket level. So if the price makes it to 64,200 or 64,300 and it stops there, if I'm overbought on the 15-minute time frame, on the 1 hourly time frame, that's not good news, because it means that we are starting a downtrend in a lower time frame. Okay, you might think, yes, but that's only on the 15-minute time frame. Yes, I know. How do trend changes start? They first happen on the 1 minute time frame, then on the 5 minute time frame, then on the 15-minute time frame, and then eventually at some point you will see that move, that change happen on the 8 hourly time frame. Okay, things are gradual. This is a very local thing. Okay, this is because I got on my computer and I've spotted this, so I thought I'll mention it to you. Okay, so we need to see if the price of Bitcoin manages to go above these levels, 64,400. If we don't, be careful, because that means that the move could be starting off already. Okay. Apart from that, if we do get lucky, we do get a bit more of a push up. You know exactly why, where, and when I'm looking for my short position, which is around there. If I'm not wrong, let's check on the 8 hourly time frame how it's looking. Yes, okay, this would give me even more conviction. Okay, would be lovely for the price to hit the midpoint of this fair value gap. That's a really good point for you guys if you're using our indicators or if you trade fair value gaps. The 50% line, okay, which is why it's dotted, this halfway point is usually a point of interest. Okay, maybe potentially not on smaller fair value gaps, but on big ones like daily ones, weekly ones, even 8 hourly ones, they do tend to be hit on the middle point. Okay, the middle point is exactly where the 8 hour exponential moving average is, which is what this gray line is. And look, I'm overbought on the 8 hours. It's like I'm ready. The price of Bitcoin is ready to come crashing down, is ready to slap someone across the face. So, having said that, I cannot and I will not say I'm going long here. No, I don't think that's really smart. What I will do is I'll be staying very close to my PC. I'll look on the 15-minute time frame for what I've just told you, what I've just explained. I'm not going to repeat myself, and that's it. It looks like also, if I'm not wrong, on the 1 hourly time frame, we're just flirting with the exponential moving average. You can see when we are in an uptrend, we support ourselves very nicely on it. So let's see how this candle closes. Let's see if we aggressively break the exponential moving average, see what happens there, and then we will see what the price of Bitcoin does. Okay, so my reading for this week, I am going to be expecting some sort of volatility, not the one that we want to see, which is bullish. We are probably going to be seeing a move down. I would love a little move up, lovely for me to go short. If not, I've just given you my target for the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so having said that, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for another update on the market. Thank you very much. Bye bye.